Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back playing some more Terra tech, and this is just kind of a glimpse of what I got going on and planned for that NeuTecha project that I started up. And you're more than welcome to join in, just as you're welcome to come and check out and see what videos and what I'm up to. It is appreciated, all the awesome you guys bring, the support and all that. The feedback is super helpful too. But as we get into this, you might be wondering what I'm building. Well, it's a power station. Like every little town or city or world, you have to have the power come from somewhere. You got to trap the wind or create it with fuels or whatnot. That one uses solar. So forgot, I needed a house. So this is my idea for the house I wanted. It is pretty big, but it is intended to have 4 in it. I just got to get the rest of the family to build their characters. They said they were into it, I thought, but no, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe I'll make them. We'll have to see. Or I'll make a new house just for me. I'll be all alone. So I got a fair start on that. I like my hardwood floors. I really do enjoy them. And if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button. Comments too. If you don't like, have suggestions or you don't care for the way something was done, hey, those comments are a great way to let me know. Constructive criticisms, if you will, are very helpful. And if you haven't, you could subscribe and ding the bell. It's usually a good idea too, I think. Yeah, I gotta think I better have a front step, just to make it look right. Even though my little guy can fly up and not have to use steps, but we'll make it reasonable. And you need a kitchen. This I was thinking of maybe just having it mostly just so the techs themselves could get resources. But I also thought, well, it might be handy to have the house available to charge itself with fuel too, because I would like to have some way of delivering fuel to the houses, but it'd just be fuel. There wouldn't be really, hopefully, any crafting majorly going on in every house. So I was going to have like a marketplace kind of thing for the crafting and such, just to save on some of the stuff needed. Now, if people build garages, well, that would be a different story if they have a garage on their property. Because then, I expect stuff to get crafted in there. That's something I'm thinking of now, too. And maybe I have a little workshop. But yeah, I was thinking of having the resources get shipped around the towns and area in the world by fences and different little builds like that. And the power would, of course, come from the power station and go down all the power lines. Now, this is like the early trial I did on this. This is before I even announced that I was gonna do this. This was just to see how it would all turn out, and well, you can see the sign in the background. I actually had to remake that when I lost it. I don't know what happened to the snapshot of it or the save, so I rebuilt it. It's a little different, but somewhat similar. So yeah, like I was thinking, is just have that there and then have the fence run up beside the house, so then it would be able to deliver resources to each property. Or, each player could do their own little setup if they want, depending on what they want in their yard. And then the power generation too. I'm going to have that come off the power lines, of course. And I figured setting it up in lots would be a good idea. And the fence is kind of nice. The bubbles and all that even makes it look uniform. I wish they weren't so bubbly. They were more form-fitting would be awesome. But who knows what they're going to give us for other shields as new cores, and everybody gets all their blocks rounded out. Because geocores still should have a shield of some sort. So I'm hoping they do have like the deflector shield, like a shield wall. I've been hearing a lot of suggestions and comments and talk about that or reading it. So I'm hoping maybe that's something that they do for that. Oh, someone attacking? Oh, didn't last very long against the front entrance of this place, eh? Yeah, I even had a trading station right there, And if people wanted to buy stuff instead of just coming into town, they could. Look at that. That should be a fair wall of defense. And I didn't use many missiles on that in hopes that it would actually just defend itself well, but not really kill the game frame-wise. This whole setup is gonna, hey, I get a reward. Nice. Like, I figure if they can even optimize this to run perfectly, it's still probably gonna be slow to run this save. But who knows? Hopefully not. I've been wrong before, and this is one of those times I want to be wrong. But I am liking this little worker tech. Like, look at that. He just scoots. That rocket is just perfect for this guy. But yeah, I thought I was coming here to help out, but yeah, they already got him. The power lines had the power. I don't want them taking in my power station before I get a chance to even get closer to finishing it. I got lots more to do. But with this being in a campaign save, even though it's edited and almost like all the cores are maxed out, there's still a lot of enemies coming in. Like, look at that one. I already got a red dot by my tree line. Or my fence line. I let something slip there. That's later. So yeah, I got a little more done. Got the centerpiece kind of started. Now what I was hoping to do is to have something moving. So it looks like it's doing something. Like, so I thought, well, solar is a kind of good one, but been done. And this is going to be actually powered by solar. And yeah, we got weapons on her now. Not taking chances no more. That last guy inspired me to get building. To defend. But yeah, so I got thinking, well, what about wind? Wind might be good. Look at that. I love it. Right into battle. Oh, perfect. One shot? One shot. Sorta. Oh, get him. Yeah, but this little tech, he's working pretty dang good. I'm liking him. And that power station, yeah, I'm thinking I want it to be more of a wind turbine kind of thing. Now, you can probably notice it's a little bit laggy here, but it's not too bad, except for there. And there's the new, well, the old version of the sign. And this would be like the main roadway coming down in, and there's my house. And then we can go on, and hopefully there'll be my neighbor. And then a whole bunch of other citizens will be all around. And we'll get all the characters and everything set up. And as far as the battle vehicles, I think we're either going to post them out and away after the town is set up. Or we're going to have them so, you know, when we're doing like a story about a battle or something, and that they can come out and they can do it. Because what I'm hoping to kind of do with this is, just so it's not like us just building stuff, adding it to a world, see it once, and then, okay, move on to the next. That we're setting up like a real world situation, so situational comedies are possible. You know, have little fun videos and stories that we can all think up and come up with. And, you know, I'll make a video of things that I think are pretty cool and are a good idea. And if anyone else wants to too, you know, they can make their own or their own version, or, you know, you could post them to the thread and that, you know, we'll have a bunch of fun. I think that'd be a good way to get a community kind of feel going. You know, we could all take part, make some memorable moments. So yeah, this was my first idea at the actual wind catcher part. I wasn't too sure really if I liked it, and I really don't now the more that I see it. But I'm just kind of curious as to how good it'll work at this point, and since I do have it all kind of started this far, getting close to being done it, I thought, I'll just finish it. See if I like it. Because I got liking it more when I started putting this on top. But still, the red and the blue I think might have been a bad choice of color. And the design, the shape itself, you know, it could have been a lot nicer. Maybe I was tired that day. So yeah, I get these kind of, I thought they'd look like lightning rods kind of, so you know, that it would look right that they're passing electricity. And then with them hopefully spinning, it'll go around and it'll like jump to battery and that. Yeah, 'cause I'm thinking they got too much reach on them chargers, so I might really have to do something intense with them. So this is when I gave her the first test, and as you see, that's what it's supposed to do, and then it didn't. So, see, we can clear the way a little bit, get some more out of it. Come on, Bessie, you can turn it, spin it a little bit. Alright, just getting sped back up, and then it screwed up. Ain't that always the way? So here's how it should look, sorta. Speed is questionable. I don't know, maybe it'll be slower, maybe it'll be faster. It'd be neat to have it variable. I think that would be pretty cool. But from there, there's some other things I needed to build. And to do that, I figured why not head into the R&D to try and make a tree. Because I got thinking about the fence, and it looks alright, it's kind of nice and that. But as far as like an outer perimeter, say we're even out farther past the fence lines and all that, I don't want to put another wall of turrets, like obvious turrets and stuff, and just have it look all speckled with war text. I want it to look like a town that people would live in. So I thought trees. Trees are everywhere. They're already in the game, but I'll make a couple different ones. And now here's another thing that if you guys want an idea of something you could build if you're going to become a citizen, you can build your own trees for your yard too. And if you do want them to be part of the natural tree selection, and I mean that in a good way, for the NeuTecha project, just let me know and we'll post them in. I'm started up a folder with where I'm going to be putting all my game saves of stuff I've set up and all my texts, snapshots, and pretty much everything, like the complete NeuTecha project as far as I can figure it. And then we'll just put it all in there and then we'll have it, and then you guys can have copies of whatever and you do the same. And like, yeah, there, we're getting some missiles under it. Some hiddles. I really don't know why they call them missiles. I haven't looked into it either, but I just first thought it doesn't really sound right. But I figured I better try it out, see how it fares. Now this is at an early stage, but that's about about all the firepower it's gonna get. So I thought, you know what, we'll give her a go. And I'm pretty sure it's not even fully charged either. Yeah, those guys, they kind of got screwed. They didn't even really get a chance to turn around, which is alright, really. It's not hurting my feelings any. They're blowing around my little guy, though. Kicking his butt. So anyway, back to the better part. Because really, that's half entertaining. They really didn't do much. But I'm going to put a little more bubbly action on this, and then we'll get into it. But you know something I have forgot to mention? Is that Saturday Showcase. Decided to put it in there for a second. I'll say more at the end. I forgot to say it at the start, though. Jesus. And also, if you would like to help out the little channel, there's always the PayPal.me link or the Patreon page that I've started up. I know it don't look like much yet, but I'm working on things, as always. So there, we'll get some health on there. We should be well bubbled now. But yeah, as far as the donations and whatnot, there will be another prize to be awarded at some point. It's not going to be probably until after the new year. So if you'd like to help that come along and, be even bigger than it was last time, like the guys that grab it, they really helped out with that in a huge way. So, we're going to be able to have a second one. And if you'd like it to be better, just need the participation. We'll get the donations in, we'll get the prize value up as much as possible, and we'll see what we can do for that one. Because depending on how much the prize is worth, I might have to build some more text just as the pre-mades. I don't know. It's hard to say how far this could go. But I'm thinking if I make another donation and I enter again, I'm going to actually have my name in the draw too. I just think that might be neat. But it's kind of hard to do fairly because like the first time I pulled my name, honestly, I was the first name pulled and I didn't even cheat. I wouldn't cheat anyway. I don't like that. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. But that's why I put my name in, just to see if I would. So it's getting a little green in here. And I know it's looking hairy, but I hope you can envision it as leaves. Because that's really what I was hoping it would be. But from a distance, it looks better. Doesn't look like it needs a trim and a haircut. That's a little funny. So there, now let's give this a test out. But I'm going to put it up against these little fellas. And they're facing the right way, so they're going to be fighty little foes. I almost said a bad word. Alright, whoa, look at them go. That's funny like that. They all seem to clutter up, and then that just was the end of them. Like, this thing has a fair amount of firepower under it. But I did notice I was a little lacking in my bubbles down there. So there, that should be fairly good, because this will be in like a line of them around the outer perimeter. Then there will be these trees, and then others too, you know. Whatever, if you guys want to build, or I build more, and we'll scatter them throughout the actual towns and cities and world. Because this isn't hopefully going to be just one location. Like I'm saying, it's a world, so the NeuTecha is the world. I got to think of what I'm going to call the first town still. So if you guys got, ooh, he's getting around me. If you guys got any suggestions for the first name, or for the first town's name, you know, post them in the comments. Go over to the forum. I'm going to be adding links under these videos. I've forgotten so far. I've been just building and recording and trying to get them figured out and pieced together and rendered and all the other stuff. And I keep forgetting all the informational stuffs. But I'll get there. I will. I got the forum thread made up. I just didn't get the link set up yet. So yeah, I got back to here and I finally kind of got thinking I should do something with this. And this is what I decided. Totals. I kind of like the looks of it better now. It was, I don't know, the big shape in the middle just looked too lame. Not enough care put into it. So I'm probably going to use this again, but I do have that power station a little close to town. So I'm probably going to move it out. And then it'll be a lot nicer to have something moving, because then, you know, it'll be on its own. The only thing leading to it will be power lines. And it'll be, like, have some turrets and stuff around it, trees or whatnot. And we'll keep it nice looking there. And then the town will be its own location. And then it'll keep things separate. Things can work still, hopefully, and everything will be lovely. So, yeah. I kind of forgot I didn't put that in for some reason. Don't know why. Fix it eventually, though. So, yeah, I wanted to get my tree line in and replace all these rotating turrets. Because they at the time, were really adding to the lag of the situation. And I was not caring for it. Was not of the cool. Yeah, you can see I even got a roof on my house back there. It's an open roof concept. Not just an open house concept or open floor plan. But yeah, we got that all done up. I don't know if it is the one I'm going to use, though. I might make something different, smaller. Even if the family builds their characters, I might still make it smaller. So I think I had room in it for each. It was big enough for the tech to be in and move around. And then plus, like, the main room, plus a kitchen. So, you know, it was fairly big. I think it almost hit build limits. But I thought, you know, it might be appropriate if we have 4 characters in it. And, well, kind of did think of it. But anyway, we got our first little bit of a tree line, or at least the idea, kind of laid out. Like I said, this isn't really what's going to be. Almost got rid of my fence. This was just like my first attempt. And I've actually noticed that since 0.8.4 was released, the saves don't seem to cooperate between each other very well. Like 8.3 and 8.4. So I'm not too sure if this will even work anymore. But the nice thing is what I hope to do is I'm going to do a whole bunch of work in a creative save, and then hopefully cut and paste the text out of it and into my campaign save, if that'll work. I think it will. I've done it before, but it was campaign to campaign save. So I don't think they'd be much different as far as the tech information and positional information, so I'm hoping that'll work. And then that way, as the saves change and everything happens and things are added, all I got to do is open up the last good save, copy all the text out of it, post to the new one, or paste to the new one, and then go. But yeah, I was thinking I am going to get rid of this fence after all. At least most of it. we'll let the trees do the work. We get a few frames back maybe, and we'll be that much more happier for it. But I did want to change this guy a little bit, make him more suitable for the situation. Because as I'm driving around trying to get everything built up, set up, and all that, then I got to fight the enemies, and I'm making messes with the resources, so I figure this way I can hopefully clean up blocks, clean up resources, and everything all at once. But while I was doing so, look at this guy. Pops in right behind me, thinks, oh yeah, harmless trees, you ain't going to do nothing to me. But I ain't going to let him have a chance to even take out my tree, though, because he's got some megatons on him, it looks like, and he's got a few. So I'm just going to try and draw fire, and then we'll let the trees really put in work. Because that tree line ain't done. When it's done, there ain't going to be no way to drive through there. Not with a tech that size, anyway. Because I have other creations in mind. You can't just have one kind of tree just placed around like that. It just looks too engineered. Need a little bit of the natural look. This guy's actually tougher than I thought he'd be. Holy. See, and also I need more firepower there. Because if it's going to have to defend itself, I don't want to mess around with it, take a ton of damage, lose blocks. I don't care if it gets down to 0.15 frames per hour to do it. Well, I do, but I'd rather it not. But, you know, as long as it works while it does what it's supposed to do. So we'll get that cleaned up. You know, we magically transport it back to here so we can clean it up. Because, yeah, like I was saying, this needs to at least be farther away. Because being able to see it while you're in town, that's fun. It is a little too much. And I've even, like, turned my render range down. Just to kind of get some frames back, so... And these hydro poles, I think I'm going to make them bigger, longer, so there's not as many needed. And I think that'll go good with the size of the lots, because I figure we'll use the build limit. 64 by 64 by 64 is each person's lot, or property. And then that'll help spread us out enough, hopefully, so there's only going to be a few... Well, I was hoping maybe like 8 to 16 properties total in render at one time. So it'll still be slow, but hopefully it won't be horrible, depending on what we all build, right? Because then, you know, the city, this is just the town. There's still the city. There's like other towns and stuff we could build. And you know, to the other kingdoms out there, well, to the kingdoms, because this ain't a kingdom, this is a world, baby. And if you want to actually, like, have your kingdom set up in NeuTecha, it could happen. You build the buildings and figure out the layout and whatnot, or make it in such a way where it's like all one tech, you anchor it, hit X, it all divides, and it's all set up. You know, you can have your armies and stuff. You guys, well, I guess, will run the armies. I can't place a ton of army techs around all over. Could, but hey, we get real slow in your area. But yeah, like if the kingdoms want to take part too, like as a whole, that's cool. If the individual kingdom members want to come and be a citizen as well, that's cool. We don't turn too many people away unless we don't like you. And I haven't found too many that I don't like. Actually, none that are return viewers on my channel anyway. Had a couple trolls a while back. Didn't care for them. Just because they were not very nice. But I think right around in here, as I'm kind of getting this little missile shrub, I think I might rename it to something different, a more plant-like name. Because all I got those other trees called is tree, something, numbers, letters, and then missile shrub. So my creativity for names is coming back, but just not quite yet. But I think I am going to call this one right around in here. But I will take a minute to ask you that if you did enjoy what you saw, to please throw the likes down below. Comments accordingly. You know, that feedback and the constructive criticisms, they do help make this channel better. And also, while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. Ding the bell if you haven't. You know, that way you'll know when I got something new. Hopefully just as interesting and entertaining to watch. And from there, don't forget about the Saturday Showcase, where your cool and original techs could have a video of their very own. All you got to do is find my Showcase Auditions link in the description, grab some in-game snapshots of your cool and original techs, post them to the thread that it takes you to. You can use game saves too, and I'll make the best dang video out of them I can. And if you would like to help the next 3D print draw along, you could head down in the description once again, find my paypal.me link, send in the $2 donation to participate, and your name will go in the hat, and we'll get that draw going even faster. Most likely early next year is what I'm hoping for, but we'll see how it goes. So until next time, everybody, keep being the awesome, keep having a good one. Bye.